tuning the TRX 2.5 is not a difficult job. You simply lean the fuel mixture in very small increments until you no longer see improvements in performance. At that point, you richen the fuel mixture slightly. The high-speed needle is always tuned first. Begin by making several high-speed passes to make sure the engine is warm. Tuning adjustments must be made to the engine at its normal operating temperature. Turn the high-speed needle clockwise 1/16 of a turn and make a few more high-speed passes. Notice any improvements in the performance. Continue this procedure until you notice that the performance is no longer improving when you lean the fuel mixture. At that point, richen the fuel mixture slightly by turning the high-speed needle counterclockwise 1/16 to 1/8 of a turn. This setting will provide great performance for everyday running and extend the life of your engine components. If you run your engine too lean in an effort to gain performance, you could damage it. An engine that's tuned past its safe lean point shows the following warning signs. The engine begins to cut out at high speed. There is no longer a trail of blue exhaust smoke. There's a sudden loss of power during acceleration. Or the engine begins to overheat. If any one of these occurs, you're already well past the maximum safe lean fuel mixture, and engine damage is likely. Stop it once, allow the engine to cool, and richen the fuel mixture by turning the high-speed needle counterclockwise at least 1/8 turn. You'll need to retune for performance. Just be careful not to lean it as much this time. This setting will provide great performance and extended life to the engine components. If you are using the Traxxas onboard digital temp gauge or an infrared temperature probe, don't let the engine temperature exceed 270 degrees at the glow plug. Now let's tune the low speed needle using the pinch test. We'll leave the body off the model for now. Begin by making several high-speed passes to make sure the engine is warm and any excess fuel is cleared out of the engine. Bring the model in and observe the idle speed. If the model is trying to creep forward, then reduce the idle speed. Turn the idle screw counterclockwise. Now make a few more high-speed passes, then bring the model in. Pinch the fuel line going to the carburetor. The engine should run for 2 to 3 seconds, then speed up and die. If your engine runs longer than 3 seconds, then lean the low speed needle 1/8 turn and retest. Turn the screw clockwise to lean the mixture. If the engine dies immediately without speeding up, then richen the low speed needle 1/8 turn, counterclockwise, and retest. Always do several high-speed runs between adjustments to clear the engine of any excess fuel. When the low-speed needle is set correctly, the engine should accelerate sharply with no hesitation or stalling. Finally, let's do one last check of the idle speed. Set the idle speed as low as possible so that the engine will start and run reliably. This one sounds just fine. As you drive your model on a daily basis, you may need to adjust for changes in temperature and humidity. Generally, you will need to allow for more fuel flow when the weather is cooler by turning the high-speed needle counterclockwise to richen the fuel mixture. On hot, humid days, turn the high-speed needle clockwise to lean the fuel mixture. In high elevations, you'll need less fuel flow to compensate for the thinner air. Turn the high-speed needle clockwise 1/8 turn. Now that the engine's broken in and tuned, there's nothing left to do but drive and have fun.